Hello everyone and welcome back. Thanks for watching today. Have a different video for you. I thought I would do a share of my project life process and see how that goes. Have been doing project life for, want to say this is like my 5th year. Now I have to say not every year have I been completely diligent in getting it all completed, but for the most part I try to stay up with it. Do love the whole process of project life. It allows me to really document more of the everyday moments where, like when I do layouts, for me that's kind of more of my creative outlet. So for me, project life is really a place where I can really keep those memories and just daily life in photographs and journaling. So I really do love that process. So I thought I would do a quick share today of my week 52, which is the week of Christmas. So this is a big week. What I do, you saw there at the beginning, I do use the planning sheets. I use the Design A layout primarily for my 2-page spreads, which is the left and the right. I do have a lot of other different sizes. I prefer the A just because I'm just used to working with it, and it just makes it quick and easier. I don't have to really think so much about the layout. I do use other sizes too, mainly for inserts, which I will show you coming up. I do use the planning sheets though as I'm going through my photos for the week and picking out which photos I want to use. It helps me just figure out how many pictures that I need. I will tell you, on my project life, I tend to be very photo heavy. I love photos. I've always I just adore photos, and so I don't use a lot of my project life spreads for filler cards. Once in a while I will put them in if I have the space, especially this week I don't, because it was Christmas and it was just so many pictures. But primarily I might have 1 or 2 filler cards in the whole space. I might have a journaling card, but I do love the photos, and so that's what my spreads are pretty photo heavy on all of my pages. So what I'm doing now is I'm spreading out some of my pictures and just finding some cards to back them with. I do cut some of my pictures down. Some of them I have like in a 2.5 by 2.5 size square. Some of them are 3 by 4. Sometimes it just depends on the photo itself, if it lends itself to a certain size. Some of the 4 by 6s are ones that I did want to make a little bit larger, and some of this I will be using some of the hip kit from November. Some of it is old cards that I have from the Marion Bright kit, which was a Project Life kit specifically for Christmas. I got that a couple years ago, and so some of the cards are from that. And you see me there pulling some elements from the November hip kit. And so I'm going to be using some of those on the layout. Now I'm going to warn you in just a little bit, the video is going to cut off because I did lose the end of the video as I was putting this together. It cut off and I wasn't aware of it, but I do have a share after that and going through the whole spread, so you will see it completed. I also have some inserts that I'm going to be sharing and showing. I did not record the inserts because I do have quite a few, which I'll go into a little bit later. Typically what I do is I do mark my week card. I do like to mark the weeks as whatever week we're in, week 52. And then I usually put a label or something with that date span. So this was like 21 through 12/27. I do try to keep it fairly simple and just get it done, because if I don't just get it done, I don't want to drag it out and then into the next week and then fall behind. So that's what I'm working on. I've got a whole stack of labels there. I'm a label queen. I always print a whole bunch off of my, do a print and cut with my Silhouette. So I have lots of labels on hand, and I love to use labels on my layout. And so I do use the cardstock background you see there, and I've drawn out the A design. I found that works great for me, and I can kind of do my placement, and then once I'm all finished, then I can put it in my pages, in my page protectors. And so I typically am not a real, how do I say, I think I'm more of an eclectic type of project lifer. I'm not, I do try to have some of the photos, the colors. I do like to have some cohesiveness to the colors in the layout, but I'm not like stuck to that. You know, sometimes if I just see something that I want to use, if I like it, I'll use it. I do, for the most part, have paper backgrounds. So like you see here, I've got a 3x4 and I've got a square photo. I'll find a 4x6 paper and put that in one slot, which is what I'm doing on this layout. And the right side, I do have some 4x6 photos up at the top, which are larger photos I did want to capitalize on. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because I can tell you right now the video is getting ready to cut off, and so I'm going to lose part of it. I do apologize. I'm so sorry. But like I said, hang on, because I do go through my Project Life spread for this whole week, which has like 4 or 5 inserts. It was a big week. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up so that you can we'll go into that next video so that you can watch that. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll have another Project Life spread process coming up shortly for the following week. All right, and so I'll go ahead and let you go with that. Thank you.
Hi everyone, this is Sherry. I wanted to give you a little bit different view of my 2-week spread. This is what I finished with, and so this is my week 52, and you can see here I've got my left side and my right side. I do mine weekly, so I have a 2-page spread. However, this was the week of Christmas, and so I did have a ton of pictures for this week that I wanted to get in. Now, even though I do my December daily, I still wanted to include some pictures in my Project Life because my December daily, as I've said before, I don't leave out all the time. I only bring those out, you know, at Christmas time, so they're displayed so we can look at them. And but my Project Life is out all the time, so I did want to make sure that Christmas was represented in my Project Life. So I had way too many pictures to get it on just a 2-page spread. So what I did, and I didn't film this part because quite honestly, it was quite labor intensive. It took me forever because I had a lot going on that week. What I do if I have extras is I like to do inserts. And so I have all of these inserts of events that we did in this one week. It was a full week. I don't like to skimp on my photos because to me, this is primarily how I am capturing our memories. Layouts, I do more for the creative process. Project Life is really for me to be able to capture our memories that we've created. So on weeks like this, I'll be honest with you, I was ready to be done with this week when I was done because I had so many. But I'm glad I did because I captured everything that we got done. So what I do is I put the inserts in between my weekly spread. Now for me, if I do extra pages, for me, the way my brain works, it's got to be smaller inserts that fit between the 2-page spread, if that makes sense. To me, everything in that week needs to be in between these 2 larger 12x12 pages. That's just the way my brain thinks. You can do it however you want. I've seen people that do, you know, 1 week over, you know, 4 different 12x12 pages. The way my brain works, I want everything in between those 2-page, that 2-page spread. So what I've done here is I have week 52. I've started off some of just the regular little daily activities maybe that we're doing. I have a couple here where we did gingerbread houses, but not too many pictures. I've got this out of order here. One thing that we did was we had a baking day. Well, I wanted to capture more than just one picture on that because I got my daughter, my mom, you know, the cookies. Also, my daughter did some crafts that day for Christmas. So I captured all of that in a spread. That same night, we actually went to go look at the Christmas lights. So I wanted to capture not only the lights themselves, but the pictures of the kids and us as a family. And I didn't want to skip out on any of that. Christmas Eve, we do our gift opening on Christmas Eve, and so I have a whole insert of just Christmas Eve photos here that I've done. And then I also have on Christmas Day, I have here an insert for Christmas Day, and you can see what I've done is I added tabs. I like to just have tabs. You don't have to do that, but it's just for me. I like to do that. So I have pictures of actual Christmas Day, a picture of, you know, our family and my, you know, brother and extended family, and a picture of our meals, decorating cookies and things like that. We also do an ornament, give away ornaments. Typically we do this before Christmas Day. This year we didn't get it done, and so we did it on Christmas Day after dinner. And so I just have a picture of our ornament exchange where we buy ornaments for each other. That's just something, a tradition that we do every year. And so I wanted to have all of these pictures you know, captured in that. So obviously you can tell it's more than I could possibly get in a 2-page spread because it was such a big week. I do not do this all the time, I'll tell you. I stick to my 2 pages. Once in a while, if there's a birthday or something, I may have an insert, but I want to keep it easy. But there are weeks that I do want to make sure that I capture all of this. One thing I did want to show you, a great way to get more use out of your pages is to make flips. I know that they have plastic flips that you can buy them. I actually have some where you can do the flips. This is actually one right here that I purchased. I think it's called Flip Page. I don't remember, but it's a 4x6. And it's got a little strip here of sticky, and I just stick it to the page, and it's just an extra little room for a picture. You can also make your own, what I've done here. I hope you can see it in the camera. I'm trying to, yeah, I had a couple extra photos and I didn't want to make a bigger insert or do anything else, but I did want to get them in here, and they're kind of the same. It's a picture of my grandson with his gifts. So all I did was I cut a strip of pattern paper. You're going to cut it 3.5 wide or whatever size your pocket is, and then you're going to just double the height of the pocket. So this is a, excuse me, I said 3.5. It's actually a 3x4 pocket. So I cut a strip that was 3 wide. Since it's 4 high, I need to double it. So I did a 3x8, fold it in half, and you just slide it in. I just put my picture here, and flipped here. And this is a LA Studio frame that I added to the front of the photo. And then you have your flip for a little bit. Not only that, it's a little interactive part that kind of makes it a little bit more fun. I do like to add those if I've got a lot of pictures. It's just kind of a fun little element to have a flip in there. So I did want to give you just a brief look at this week, since it is one of my bigger weeks that I've done. Is actually probably the biggest week I've done a Project Live, because let's see, I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4 inserts in between my 2-page spread. Like I said, I don't do this all the time, and I don't recommend it because it was labor intensive. But again, this was Christmas, and I wanted to make sure that I captured all of this stuff. So that's just a quick look at it for you, and I hope that kind of gives you a little bit better idea. Frankly, I'm glad to be done with it because I want to move on to January now, 2015. So if you have any questions or anything, please let me know, and I'll be happy to answer those if I can. Thank you.